All right. All right. Hello, guys. This is Christian Flores from Aspire Generational Wealth.
And this is Chris Bullock. I'm the co-host of Aspire Generational Wealth. Today, we have Miss Angelica Watters with us. She's going to share a little bit about entrepreneurship and kind of her story. Let's see. So, Angelica, tell us a little bit about yourself. How are you doing today?
I am doing great by Allah's grace. How are you?
Doing good. So,
thank you.
We're glad to have you on here. Thank you for being on here with us.
Thank you for
having me.
So
tell us a little bit about Heal. I know you have a podcast that you currently are doing right now.
Yes. So I just started a podcast a month ago. It's called Heal with Angelica Watters podcast. I started the podcast just based off of some trials and tribulation I went through, mainly after having actually during pregnancy and after having my son. Also, just with things I've been through in my day-to-day life in general. So I started the podcast because I wanted to, just basically share my story. And also I wanted to allow my podcast to be a safe place for people that wants to, express their self in regards to any trauma, any mental issues, any health issues that they may have went through, and let them know that healing is a journey and you shouldn't have to heal alone. So
I agree with that. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
And I feel like just with your platform, you're going to allow people to heal, and you're going to create like a community of people that can just openly, share their experiences, and it's going to allow them to like flourish. And that's a really good thing.
Yes. Thank you. That's the goal. I know that when I was in the period of healing, and like I said, healing is a journey, but when I was in my deep period of healing, I didn't really have, a safe place. The only safe place that I could say was me relying on God. But other than that, being able to connect with other people that went through the same thing that I went through is even better, because you know that you're not really alone. You can actually be able to relate to people that may have went through the same thing, or even help someone that may be going through the same exact thing. So that's the goal, to help and inspire.
Exactly. And that's what we should do, especially with we got young adults, we got the young people coming up. And I bet you there's been times where in my life where I felt alone. So I've always resonated with things that are kind of current in my life and how I feel, whether it's music, podcasts, TV shows. I could always click with somebody because I feel like, wow, this person kind of feels how I feel. So that's great. That's great. I just want to ask you a couple questions if you're cool with it.
Yeah, so that's fine.
What kind of inspires you in life? I would say it's kind of broad. It could be anything, but what inspires you to be Angelica, to be the best Angelica?
I guess just knowing myself. Once you know who you are and know the power that you hold inside of you, that's the best inspiration you can ever have, because you know yourself. You know the power that you hold, what you can get and give, and bring out of the universe, so
that's key. That's very key.
Yeah. So once I knew how much power that I hold within myself and know what I can manifest and dream and have, that's what inspired me, And then, I want it bad, I want to live a certain lifestyle. And I believe that if you put your mind into it, then you can definitely make it happen.
You can do anything you put your mind to. That's awesome. I always tell people too, you got to protect your temple is what I call it. You got to protect your mental, your spiritual, your physical. Yes. You got to protect it every day. You know what I mean? And whatever that looks like for people, but that's awesome.
Yes, yes, exactly. Protect your peace. Your peace is,
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm at in my life. Just if it's not bringing me peace, I do not want nothing to do with it. I don't want to deal
No,
with
not at
it.
all. Not at all. So
At
what would
all.
you say, in your opinion? I'm just curious. This is always a good question to ask. What is your, whenever you hear the word success, what does that mean to you?
Oh, that's a good question.
It is. It is. It's a good
When I
one.
hear the word success,
Like, what makes a person successful, no matter whatever it is?
freedom.
Freedom.
And I say freedom. When I say freedom, I mean just the freedom to actually live the life that you want. That's success. When you
Right.
know that when you know you're actually living the life that you prayed for, and that's success. It's more than just money. It's
It's
more than
more
just
than just money.
clothes. It's more than just shoes. It's more than just, meeting best people. Like when you're at peace and you have that complete freedom, that's success.
I
Success to
like
me is
that. Yeah.
freedom.
For me, I would describe it as happiness. I think overall, just being happy with how you are as a person, just being happy in your life, just being
Mhm.
happy with people, no matter if it's a random person that you meet. I think if you acquire happiness, that's the most success story to me.
There you
Someone
go.
that can someone that can genuinely say that they're happy.
Hmm.
I like that, freedom and
I
happiness.
like that too.
Hmm.
All right. So my
Okay.
question, what has been a significant failure that you've gone through on this journey, and what have you learned from it?
um, I won't call it failure. I would just say like little bumps in the road.
A lesson. A lesson.
And yeah, um, you have to always stay on the course. You feel me?
Mm.
Like you like in this journey of life, you're gonna always have some ups and downs. Some trials, some errors, but you must stay the course.
Mm.
Because if you don't stay the course, then you won't be able to have or get what you want. And I realized that, I had my times where I did want to just give up. Like, no, I'm cool. I don't want to do this no more. Should I do this? Is this what I
Mm.
want? Like, but I go back and I think like, well, I didn't do all this for nothing. I didn't get this far
Hmm.
for nothing,
Right.
so, and I know what I want. So what I learned is that no matter what comes your way, you have to always keep yourself grounded, and you have to always keep yourself motivated.
Mm.
And that's where the why come in. That's where the why comes in at. Because when you know what
Hmm.
your why is and your purpose behind doing it, that's what's going to keep the engine going.
Yeah,
So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna keep
that's
you
good.
pushing.
It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna keep you going the whole time.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. What steps would you say that you take to balance everything in your life? Whether if it's like work, what would you say balances everything for you?
Well, I'm really am still working on trying to maintain a balance,
Hmm.
but I know it's my fault because like once I'm into doing something, like say I'm focusing on my podcast today, like I
Hmm.
will literally blank everything out and forget everything I have to do
Right.
today and just focus on this podcast. Da, 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 da. But what I realize is that you must have some type of balance. You feel me? Like you have to have a cut on and a cut off time,
Mm.
especially to be able to regulate, what else you got
Right.
going on too. I have a son, so I had to make sure that at least I get 1, 2, 3 hours into this, I can do this. Or if I get a
Right.
couple hours of this, I can do this. So having being able to balance out the life and having a schedule. The schedule is so
Mm.
important to me. If I don't write nothing down, if I don't have a schedule, Just like I talked to you guys earlier, like I know that my son will wake up at a certain time. So I know that in order for me to accomplish the day, I will have to wake up earlier so I can have time for myself, and so I can ground myself, so I can meditate, so I can,
Amen.
like you said, I start my day with intentions.
With intention, yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
So once you do that, then you're bound to have a good day, especially when you have some type of balance and some type of order.
Right. So you're saying like just have structure in your day.
Definitely. You have to have some type of
Just
structure,
planning it
because
out.
it'll just be, your day will just go everywhere. I'm telling you.
Right. When it's all said and done, what kind of impact do you hope to leave on the world?
Oh gosh. Why is this kind of touching to me? Oh my God. I just want to leave an impact that, I want to actually heal
Mhm.
someone. I want to know that I left here inspiring people to heal themselves in anything, because we have the power to heal ourselves from anything.
Mm.
I don't care what it is. We do. We have the power.
Right.
We can do anything we want. No, white,
Right.
black, brown, yellow, no matter what race, whatever you are, you can do it.
Right.
So
No, I understand that.
I want to be able to leave an impact that, I'm able to inspire and able to heal, and that I had help and heal somebody. Like, I don't care who it is. Like, I want
great.
my podcast to be available forever and ever. Like, I want somebody
Right.
to listen to it. Like, that's why, I like the idea of the podcast too. And, just YouTube and stuff like that. We may not have the internet and stuff like that, but in the future, who knows what may happen, but
Who
just know
knows right
that,
now?
yeah,
Definitely.
especially with everything going on, who knows, but just know that that one person be like, wow, Angelica helped me get through this depression. She helped me get through this anxiety. She inspired me to get up, before I committed suicide. She inspired me to, start this business. Like, if it wasn't for her telling her story, or, motivating me to get up, then I wouldn't have got up, So yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. That's great.
Thank
So
you.
I have one question. So you talked about the started. What would you do different?
From today, from where I started, just like, are you saying for the children's store, or?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, from where I started, from today, I definitely would have stayed consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I realized is that, because I had started the children's store, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first started it, it was like going real good. Like, man, I was getting sales, and people were coming in, but I slowed down. Then my customers start slowing down. Then I just stopped. Then I was like, I don't know if I want to do this no more. Like, do I want to do it? Do I want to put in the work? But then I had a spark in my mind again. I'm like, man, I got to do it. This is what I want to do. I like doing it, So I ended up trying to pick up that drive again. And it was even harder the second time, trying to build up that momentum again,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you pull from the why, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of makes you think about why you started it in the first place.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's what I would think, at least. But that's good. It's good stuff.
Thank you.
Josh, how are you? Welcome.
Hey, I would just ask, what motivates you? Like, what motivates your drive to success?
What motivates my drive to success? So motivate my drive to success. I guess my wants and my needs and what I want. Like, I want to live a certain life.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't think that anybody wants to consistently live in a state of poverty or a state of, poor or just a bad, I'm not gonna say my life is bad. It's not bad at all, but don't nobody want to live in a certain kind of lifestyle for the rest of their life. That's what I would think. I want to be able to not even say like live like the celebrities, because I feel like that's all fakes to me. But I just feel like, in order for me to actually live the life that God wants me to live, the life of abundance, I want to have that abundant life that God says that he promises us. And that's my drive, because I want to live that life so bad. I want that life. I want that freedom. I want to be able to wake up in the morning in my big house and have my garden in the back and, have my children. The fresh
vegetables and all that.
Yeah, like that's what I want.
Right.
So my drive to success is knowing that God had promised us a life of abundance. And I feel like the only way that we can get to that is if we do the work. So that's what motivates me. I put in the work. I'm trying to put in the work to have that life.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
That's a great answer. I really like that. Everyone has a driving force, and the inspiration behind it. It's just great. It's Women's Health, and Women's History Month. Sorry. And then last month was Black History Month. What advice do you have for women who want to start a business, who are afraid to or have doubts, or even young Black women who don't think they can do it, and may have doubts or things holding them back? They think, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My only advice is to always stay the course. No matter what trials or tribulations may come your way, you must always continue to keep going. You have to keep going. Right. There's in order for you to even get through whatever you need to get through in order to get to that next level, you have to get through it. Don't stop. Do not stop. I'm telling you, because we have brought that up earlier. If you don't do it now, you're going to procrastinate. You're not going to want to do it. And then you're going to be looking at 10, 20, 50 years later and be like, wow, I wish I would have did it. I wish I would have did it. And that dream, and I was just listening to something. I love Les Brown. He's a motivational speaker. I don't know if you guys know him. Yeah, I love him. He's cool.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
Les Brown. He be saying some stuff. So check him out on YouTube. But anyway,
he dropped the bomb.
Yes. So I'll listen to him, and he was saying something about how your dreams, somebody is waiting for you to accomplish your dreams, so
wow.
That if that you have something that you need to accomplish in life and you're not doing it, you may end up causing somebody else. I really wish I knew how he said it, but basically he was just saying you don't want to die with your dreams. You feel me?
Someone's waiting for you to fulfill that dream.
Exactly. Somebody's waiting for you to feel. Somebody's waiting to hear your voice. Somebody's waiting, like you hear, how we got this podcast going on. Yeah, it's a million other podcasts going on. So what? Who cares? And it's a billion people in the world. But at the end of the day, it's somebody waiting for you, Chris, and you, Josh, and you, Christian, to go out there and say something and speak on it. Somebody's waiting on y'all to step up and to say something. You know what I mean? So if you don't take that chance and you don't take that risk, life is all about risk. Hey, we walked outside, we taking a risk just walking outside. Hey, so you
just hopping in the car.
Hopping in the car. You never know. You feel me? So that's why you're supposed to live your life as if it's your last, and you live your life each day by bringing in an impact, no matter if it's smiling at somebody, giving good energy to somebody, and just know that whatever that you want to do as a Black woman, I know Black women have a lot of I don't want to say the word baggage, but excuse me, we have a lot on our plate. Just being a Black woman, especially seeing the high rate of single Black women having to take care of the children all the time. Sometimes we feel like we don't have that space to be able to pursue our dreams. But just know that God wouldn't put no more than he could bear on you. So don't think that just because you think you don't have the time to do it. You have the time. You have to make that time. If you want to live the life that you want to live, you want that dream house, that dream car, you want to be whatever you want to be in life, you must make that time for yourself in order to have that life, because you're not going to get it if you don't put in the work. So you have to put in the work, be consistent, and don't give up.
That's beautiful. That's good. And I bet you a lot of young adults, a lot of young Black women as well are going to resonate with that, and they're going to use that as fuel to help them in their everyday life, because they need to hear it.
I pray
they need to hear it.
I pray they do, because I needed to hear it for myself.
Well, Angelica, you're great. You're great, and it's been great.
You guys are all great.
You're awesome.
Well, thank you,
Kristen?
thank you.
Hey, I appreciate it. And I'm gonna be listening to Heal, and I'm gonna check in on you, see how you're doing.
Yes.
And
Check
I'm gonna
it out.
listen to your podcast. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out.
Definitely check it out. I have.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I have like I said, I have the podcast going on right now. I just did an episode with Dr. Akili.
Nice.
He's a holistic doctor. We talk about how to eat to live. It's a great book. Definitely recommend you guys check that book out. I had the link in my show notes on my page. I have an actual separate page of Heal with Angelica Watters podcast. On top of me starting a YouTube channel. Everything's new to me. Be patient. But trying to work that out. And also with my children's boutique, I have that going on as well. I know you got a little one in the back, so I get you together.
Right. That's
so
awesome.
everything will be found on the links. So I'm gonna put she has a link tree she sent me, so everything will be in the bio.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time too.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Always. Yes.
Thank y'all.
So you said so with the holistic, is it like what can you just kind of tell me, just for me, like what is the basis of it? Like how is it, like is it whole foods? Is it just nutrients that our body needs? Things like that.
Well, holistic means basically the whole person. So we focus on the mind, the body, the spirit. That's with mental, physical, spiritual. So we focus on the whole person. Like if you look at the definition of holistic with the W, holistic health, we focus on the whole person. So in the episode that I just did with Dr. Akili, we just basically talked about how to eat to live. But most of the things on my podcast, because everything that I went through was mainly targeted for my health. I had a temporary thyroid issue after having my son. It wasn't good for me mentally and physically. So I ended up changing my diet. I ended up doing a lot of different things, and I was able to heal myself. And now my thyroid levels are normal. I don't have to be on synthetic medicine for the rest of my life because I chose to change the direction of my health, So
that's awesome.
That's one of the elements that not elements, but that's one of the things that I discussed on a podcast as well. Definitely health. Health is one, and everything else gonna come with it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. I can't tell if you're muted or not, Christian. I need to keep reading it more.
Oh,
But
Miko.